You guys to really seem to like the other catfish story that I had spoken about in my first video. You guys really seem to like it. So I have plenty of catfish stories actually, and that's crazy. Not some of them were towards me, and some of them were towards my friends. And my friend actually DM'd me as soon as he saw that video. He was like, "Remember that one catfish story about Tinder, that Tinder girl?" And I was like, "Oh, I can go say that one." You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my friend for letting me use the story. So during this time, I was back in, I'm gonna say 2018, 2019, either late 2018 or early 2019. The worst days. You know what I'm saying? Those were the horrible days. But during this time, I was taken. Your boy. I was finally taken. I was finally getting a girl, and my friend, he was the only guy in our group of friends that wasn't taken, and he hadn't been taken in a while. So like any respectable person, he came down, or any person who was like on his last straws, he downloaded Tinder. And I do not recommend any of y'all to download Tinder. There's no point. Like, first of all, millions of guys, simp dudes on Tinder. Like, it's mad crazy. Bro, just work on yourself. Work on yourself, and a lady will come your way, I swear to you. But back onto what happened. He downloaded Tinder. He matched with this shorty. They talk for a good minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, she looked good. She looked good. Obviously, I can't say she looked good because like I was dating somebody at the time, so I couldn't be like, oh, my radar. You know what I'm saying? That radar to know like if somebody busting or somebody not busting. My radar was like, if I was single, she was busting. You know what I'm saying? And so they were talking for a little bit, and they decided to meet up. But he never told me was that this girl never wanted to FaceTime. This girl never wanted to get on the phone, and this girl never wanted to share her socials. But as for desperate as my friend was, he didn't see that was red flags. Like, if a girl doesn't want to show her socials, or if a dude don't want to show his socials, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. That means he ain't what he say he is. You know what I'm saying? And then when he asked for his Snap, she was like, "I don't use Snap. Like, it's 2020, bro. I mean, it's 2019, 2018. Everybody has a Snap, even if you don't use it. Like, everybody has a Snap. You know what I'm saying? With their middle school usernames. Oh, Snap, Snapchat, you gotta be able to let us change our usernames. Cause I'm tired of my middle school username. We grown now. You know what I'm saying? We grown. Back to the story. We went to the mall where they were gonna be at the Tinder date. He wanted me to come with him just in case, like, cause he gets scared, like talking. So I was like, you know what? Let me help him out. Like try to move the conversation along. And when we got there, we were looking for her everywhere. You know what I'm saying? We were texting her constantly. We were trying to find her everywhere, bro, and we just couldn't find her. And she says, "Oh, I'm by the food court. I'm by the food court." I'm like, "Where at the food court?" We'll call this girl Laura, and we were by the food court, and we still didn't see her. We I swear to you, we lapped the whole mall twice to find this girl, and we thought, okay. And I thought at this point, I was like, you know what? She probably stood you up, bro. But a very small detail every time we lapped. I saw this one woman look at her phone constantly. Every time my friend DM'd him, and I thought that was just a coincidence. DM'd, looked down and text. Like, I thought that was a coincidence. I thought, nah, surely not. That's maybe she's something else. She's a fairly put together woman. So I thought, there ain't no way. Like, that's the girl. But come to find out, bro, at like the last second, he was like, she yelled out his name, Laura. And then this woman turned around, and we were like, oh, bro, we both opened our eyes because this girl is closer than what we thought. This girl was the woman that was living right next to my friend, the neighbor living right next to my friend, and that we were crazy. And she was stunned because she didn't know who I was, but she definitely knew who he was. And so we walked up to her, and we were like, oh. And we just had that awkward silence. You know what I'm saying? We were just both staring at each other like, oh, crud. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's weird. Because she's a grown-ass woman. She's around 40. My friend was around 17 and 18. bro, that's a leap. You know what I'm saying? That's a leap. Like, I get like, 18, 17, but that's a leap. That's a leap. That's a leap and a half. You know what I'm saying? And like, I was like, what? And she was like, oh, and she was tearing up. She was like, oh, and and she started crying, and she was like, it's been so long, like I haven't had anybody on my, it's been like ever since my husband divorced and everything. It was, and she was just telling us her sob story. We felt bad. We low-key felt bad, and we were like, we asked her, how did you get the pictures? And she was like, those are my pictures, but when I was younger. And I thought, so technically she didn't catfish us, but she lied about her age. You know what I'm saying? She lied about her age. So we just continued talking, and because we didn't just want to leave her, you know what I'm saying? We want to have her a good day, and we just continued talking for the rest of the mall, and then she drove us back home. She drove us back home because my friend, he lived fairly close to the mall, like walking distance from the mall. So we weren't able to walk, and we just we just went back to our houses, and we told ourselves, he told himself that he would never, ever, ever trust a girl who won't show her socials, even though that's like dumb, because like that's a red flag automatically. I don't know why he wouldn't have just automatically thought, oh yeah, she ain't it. You know what I'm saying? She ain't it. No matter how desperate you are, and even if you're desperate, bro, you got the hub. Like, the hub will never. Nah, but on some real stuff, yeah, they never chose to spoke about it again. I don't think she lives near him anymore. She has a husband and he has a boyfriend, so the story ended out well anyway. And yeah, that was crazy. Honestly, I felt bad. Honestly, I felt bad. Imagine out of 7.7 billion people, imagine the person you matched with was your next door neighbor, and she was a grown woman. Like, that's crazy. But just that, thank you for listening to my story time. And actually, I have something at the end, a new clothing line that I partnered up, and this new clothing brand have teamed up called Heartbreak Skater Co. They have some cool merch, bro. You need to be copying the shirts, the hoodies, the stickers. It'd be nice. You want to be the first to copy, because then when your friends see you wear that stuff, bro, I'm telling you, they want to cop some stuff too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go cop some stuff too. No cap. Like, this stuff is busting. It's really good merch. Feels good. Let's give it to your friends, your family. Link in the description.